I'm Northern Dice, and today I'm going to be unboxing my copy of Cosmic Encounter Duel. This is half blind, as I bought this mainly on the passion of my love for Cosmic Encounter, but generally speaking I did do a little bit of background research just to make sure that this was a good fit for me. And from what I can make out, it is a bit of a half Cosmic Encounter experience, but for two players. So, before I actually get into the insert, get a bit excited there, have a look at the back. So, Cosmic Encounter Duel, on guard! Challenge your closest frenemy to the fast-paced hilarity of Cosmic Encounter Duel. In Cosmic Encounter Duel, you'll go head-to-head with your opponent, racing for control of 5 planets, like in Cosmic Encounter. Colourful ships, hidden tactics, and your alien's unique ability might tip the odds in your favour, but beware, tricks and traps abound, and you never know what Destiny might have in store. I feel that's a hint to Destiny, because Destiny cards are a big thing of Cosmic Encounter. They tell you who you're going to be fighting with. It's not just a free-for-all. So, straight off the bat, rulebook. We love a rulebook, and we love the art. Look at that fella. So these are going to be all unique aliens, I would assume, because this is set, if it was a historic lineage, after Cosmic Encounter, when they've all established to actually be friends and make a council. And these all look pretty awesome. I like the actual setup of the rules. I like how everything's got a pictorial association, a picture with it, even if it isn't necessarily the one that is relevant. It's just a piece of artwork. I think it gives it quite a bit of flair. And for those with low attention spans like myself, they'll definitely keep in touch with the rules. Okay, last couple of flick of these pages. Awesome. Right, Cosmic Encounter was actually the game. Oh, what's this? Quick reference. Oh, cool. Cosmic Encounter was actually the game that got me started into board gaming, which is quite weird because quite a lot of people say this is relatively heavy in terms of a negotiation game. So we've got punch boards. See if I can get into these bad boys. And we're going. Yeah, so it's quite heavy in terms of social negotiation because it has the asymmetry of each alien being unique. And with each alien being unique, it means every game is going to be completely different, so you can't always use your past experiences. So we have got, whoa, look at these bad boys. The planets, which I'd assume would be hidden on this side, and then you get the reveal to show that you are going for Cotton Candy Land or Ice Cube World or whatever. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Maybe they're not the planets because you only need control of 5. Who knows? Unless, of course, you negotiate to not have one on one. I don't know. Awesome. They look good. Punch board. It comes out really nicely. And quite a nice thickness to them as well. I like the art style. Cosmic Encounter had a very serious art style for the majority of the cards. And this seems quite disco-esque. Quite quirky, quite fun. What I can only assume is the warp. The fun warp, not the regular warp, which is where your ships will go when they lose. No idea what these are. At all. These are something completely new. But because you've been missing out on the opportunity to negotiate to share planets, and you've been missing out on human allies, they may be a substitute for that. What else we got? Cards that are not in cellophane, they are bagged. And aliens. I'm going to go for the aliens last because that's what I want to look at the most. So it might make me talk less during these bits. No promises. So, again, half blind. Apologies if I get lots wrong. Please do not use my word as gospel. You'd be foolish if you did. So what cards are these? Different colours. And then some sideways neck. Cudgel, Fodder, Grumpus. These are all previous aliens. So could these be allies? Like the decor on the back. Let's have a look. Cudgel. Base. When you reveal a star tactic, increase its value by 1. Let's go for this. Trader. Oh, he's had a nice artwork upgrade. The calculator. The mirror, it's almost like that's a lot more cartoony. The original mirror looks horrifying. Teeth everywhere. As did the vacuum. Voids looked quite ominous. I'm getting wrapped up in reminiscing on artwork anyway. Okay, so contestant duel. Foresee before plans are chosen, you may look at one of the following. The top card of each Destiny deck, the top card of each player's deck, one random card from your opponent's hand. These must be beings that you can call on as allies. There must be an ally system within the game. And because you're both going to be competing for allies, there may be some sort of favour system. Quite often in the original game it was a case of you'd always ally with your mates. That was just a non-negotiable until you got chosen to fight them, and then all bets were off. Now, from the outset, these look like these are encounter cards, but of course we've got plan written at the top. And they come in two flavours, blue and yellow, so that must be the separate decks, as exampled by the colour of the ships. So that means there's no risk of someone having that 140 card and then rocking it up last second against your 6. Reinforcement cards, standard pink, like in the previous game, assuming. But these would be played during an encounter or during the reveal of the plans, and they would bolster. So let's say that you were losing by 1, you could then whip out a +6. Or in this case, -6. Whoa. Alternative, even of odd support. So these have got a little bit more to them than just the standard add or minus, which makes them a lot more tactical. It isn't just a case of bolster, it can be a case of hinder. And refresh, which have got the symbol on that I don't recognise, a ship, 2 cards, and this thing. Giving by reliving. Starting with the leader, each player acquires one of the following resources from planets. Resources. Oh, this has got a lot more to it than I anticipated. I like that. I am dying to play Cosmic Encounter. It is the one thing I am looking forward to the most when I can have more people around. And of course, seeing my family and friends and everything. But board game wise, playing Cosmic Encounter, top of the list. It's changed so much, but at the minute, that's what it is. It's just the feel of intergalactic domination, betrayal, that sort of stuff. It's often a game that'll leave people feeling a bit sour, but you've got to take it all in jest. This should satiate, I'm hoping. So, in the past, you had the colour of the aliens card associate into how complicated they were. It took me ages to figure that out, but green border would mean that they were quite friendly. Yellow border would mean they were intermediate, and red border meant they were quite tricky. And I would guess that the exact same stands for this, because it's Cosmic Encounter, Fantasy Flight. It's going to be one of those things they keep standard, reinforcing the theme. So, you will have several phases from the look of it, just looking at when these abilities can activate. And your ability is unique to your alien. It will be something that only you can use. With that, it's one of those things that you can choose to use to help yourself or choose not to use, etc. So let's just go with the bouncer as the example. So in this case, duel. Flex. After revealing tactics, if both players revealed matching tactics, value and icon, you may ignore your opponent's tactic, which means you just get rid of what they've got. You would then be undoubtedly ahead. If the tactics match and both are shield tactics, you may destroy one of the ships your opponents send. Ooh, very nasty. Cheater, my sort of card. Duel. Cheat. Choose a second tactic card set aside. Then, before tactics are revealed, your opponent names a tactic, for example, to blast, which might explain some of the symbols in some of the cards. So I'm assuming that the blast on the tactics may be from these. I cannot guarantee, as I haven't read the rules. Don't want to bore you by doing that first. It would make it less half-blind, but this is just first impressions of what's under the hood of the box, checking out what I think of the game, comparing it to Cosmic Encounter for my own benefit there more than anything. If your opponent did not name either of the tactics you chose, you may swap your revealed tactics. Then it gives you that edge of saying, well, actually, they are going to win, so I'm going to switch it out. Let's have a look at let's have a look at some of these cards actually. The Friend, the Hybrid, Intelligent Mineral, Iron Matron, the Knot, Musician, Pickled, Pitfall, Politician, Preservationist. These are alphabetized, which means we've got a lot of use. Prime, Recoiler, Red Tape, Roller, Sponge, Spy, Swarm, Tactician, Uber Reserve. I couldn't even select if I tried. Ubiquitous, Underdog, The Unseen. Oh my goodness. I love the idea of that. Warrior War, and of course the Bounce, which was the first card. Let's have a look at Pitbull. Set snare before plans are chosen. If you do not have a snare, place a card from your hand face down underneath this card as a snare. If you already have a snare, you may swap it with the card from your hand. Tempting Dive. After your opponent reveals a plan whose value matches your snare, you may reveal it. Choose who wins the contest or duel, and then discard both cards to the discard pile. Oh my goodness. Very overpowered. The premise is the same, 5 planets, but the actual weighting and tactics within, I feel like they are making up for the lack of people. All the people in Cosmic Encounter make the game what it is. It is a case of it is intergalactic, free-for-all, everyone against each other with every once in a while the offhand alliance, offhand negotiation, trying to edge your way to the top with a lot of backstabbing in between. This only has 1 against 1, so it is going to be a case of you need to make sure you're taking them out at the right times from what I can gather. Other than that, it seems like it's almost a completely different playstyle and game, which makes me really excited. Because I was expecting Cosmic Encounter Light, Cosmic Encounter Baby Mode, reduced ships, reduced abilities, reduced everything. But from what I've seen here, it's going to take a good couple of rule reads, especially for those tokens that I don't have a clue what they're for. But other than that, I'm really excited for it. It does look like it's just going to all fall together and come out as a really good 2-player game. But that's because I love the tactics of Cosmic, and this feels like it's almost capturing the essence, but then adding more to get the game to that level without being the same game. And we'll have a quick butcher's up the chips just before I stop talking nonsense at you. We've got... Ooh! Translucent, very cool. What made them go for blue and orange? I know the complete polar opposite colours. Why not like red and green or yellow and purple? Very cool. I think the theme's executed really well, but I think it's a lot more friendly looking. Cosmic Encounter looks like a very old school, hardcore gamers game, just on the outset from its visuals. And I know that it is an old game that's been reprinted, then it's had a 40th anniversary edition, plus umpteen expansions. And over time they have become a little bit friendlier in terms of the artwork, but this just seems like it's fun. Fun theme, disco floors, disco warp for you to visit when your ships get destroyed. It all becomes very friendly. But proof's in the pudding. I need to read the rules. Thank you ever so much for sticking around for me to talk loads of nonsense, and I will catch you next time.